Hello everyone and welcome back to Tool Time Tuesday, where me and some of my friends get together once a month and show you how to use some of your tools that could be long and lost and forgotten in your scrapbook room. So this is the brainchild of Jeannie Linguini, and I will post a link of her Facebook group down below, and also my friends playing along. So there's so many of us that post on each Tuesday. So I will try to link those separately too. So stencils. I have to admit that I am not a huge stencil user. Now, I do have this new set from Close to My Heart. Well, it's not really new. I mean, it's new. It's from earlier in the year. And it's still available, and it's travel. So this one has like a street view, and this makes a suitcase. This is travel. This is the world, and here's like a skyline. And then it comes with actually 3 12x12s. And then, oops, that's backwards. Here we have like a wood grain explorer, where you can and hopefully you can see this okay, but it's got actually 4 different layers so that you can do 4 different colors. Then there's arrows, and I call them aspen trees, and some people would call them birch. I guess it depends on where you live. There's a few subtle differences, but basically they look the same. And then here is like kind of like a national park badge with the sun, the mountains, water, trees. So this will work really well for all of my mountain and camping layouts. And then this one is more summer and water, like ocean, pool, hello sunshine. Here's sun with water, seashells. Here's waves. Here's palm fronds, I think is what you call it. And they can be cut apart, but since they are all kind of like themed, I think I'll store these in a 12x12 sleeve. So let me show you what I am working on. I have photos of the day we dropped my son off at the airport last year when he was headed to Paris for study abroad. He's in college, and so I've been practicing, and I want to show you. I wanted to put that travel here. So I have a few, and this is just on copy paper. I started out with just sapphire ink, and then here I have sapphire and glacier, and I was trying to do like half and half, and I masked it off, and then here I just kind of blended it in, and here I'm not sure, but I was just experimenting, right? Then I was like, no, I think I would rather use sapphire and papaya. So here, I think I started with peach and then papaya and then sapphire. I was trying kind of an ombre effect. Not great. Then I landed on what I really like, which is the papaya on the left and the sapphire on the right. So I tried it this way, the way the stencil works. And then here, I actually made it across. So I just moved the A and the V from here to here, and the E and the L over to here. So, because I wasn't sure how I wanted my page design, and let me make sure you can see. Whoops, barely. Let me scoot this up a little bit. Okay, I'm still working on my camera setup. So I thought I would work on my stencil with y'all. So I'm going to move this off for right now. Nothing is glued down except the photos are glued down. And then I have my all-purpose mat. Okay. And then I have a couple pieces of cardstock. I think I will use this bigger piece since I'm not really sure what I'm going to cut it into. I thought about cutting it as a tag and putting in that space, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I also have this masking tape that Close My Heart sells. I think this is the 1 inch, and it also comes in wider. I'm going to mask off Live Love, and so it just says travel. And I'm going to put it where it catches a little bit here on the all-purpose mat. And then I'm going to go this way too, because I noticed when I put the sapphire down, it wants to, let's see, it wants to, just want to get the other end, the end of that A. There we go. Okay. Now I have my sapphire and my papaya. I have a couple of blending brushes. And so I will start with papaya. And I just rub it. And then I like to kind of rub off here for a moment. And then there we go. I want it darker on the left. Okay, now I'm going to leave that open and go to my sapphire. And I'm going to and I am going for like an organic look. I'm not going for perfection. If I were, I would never be satisfied. Okay, now let's see. To pick this up. And now I'm going to put it over here. All right, start with the papaya again. Tap it off here on the all-purpose mat because if you go straight to paper after picking up ink, it seems to just really put a really dark spot down. It's hard to blend out. Okay. Now we'll go with the blue. So tell me, how do y'all like to use your stencils? And have you ever made stencils with your Cricut? I've really thought that I should try to do that. I actually Googled it the other day, but it kept coming up with like, you know, stencils for like craft projects, you know, like where you, like maybe on a piece of a wood plaque or something. I do have some acrylic, and I wonder if it's about this thickness. I'll have to check it out. And I do have a new deep cutting blade, so I'm pretty sure I could do it and just make some of my own stencils. Like I'm working on a pet layout, and I really wish I had paw prints. I'm working on a cat layout, and I don't have one, and I'm like, why don't I just make one? Okay, let's see how it turned out. Oh, it turned out good, except for I forgot about that. Excuse me, and then there's that. But I think I will trim it there. So yeah, let me get a wet wipe. clean my stencil up, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I trimmed this out. You can't see any of the extra ink that was on the edge. And then I just made a mat with some paper from this collection. This is from Are We There Yet? From Close to My Heart. And this is in the papaya color, which matches the ink. And then I figured if I set it here on the blue, which is sapphire, it would pick up the blue in here. Now, ultimately, it would have been nice if this would have fit on a 3x4 card, because these are 3x4 photos. But you know what? It'll be okay. I just have to decide if I want it here, where the matting is the same, or if I want to center it here. I want to tell you a few other things. Let's see. So, this photo, and this photo, I actually printed as 4x6s. I printed home on my Epson Picture Mate, and I printed at 4x6 on purpose because none of the 3 photos was my son very close up, and I could have zoomed in and cropped out, but I decided if I printed, like put 2 of these on a 6x4 piece of paper, it would have made them even smaller, right? So I printed at 4x6, and then I just cut it down, and I used my handy dandy Fiskars trimmer. And then these 2, I did print this one at 4x6, and he was too big. So I went back and put these 2 on a 4x6, so they're actually printed at 3x4 size. And I know this one's not a very good photo of him. You can see the reflection. But both of these are through glass. So it's after he's gone through security. And at this small airport, it's a very small airport. It only has 2 gates. I can follow him, like he's gone through security here, and this is where he's come out. So then he's walking through this hallway, and then he goes up these stairs or escalator, and I actually have a video of him going up. There's one on either side of the stairs. So I got like the very end of, I watched him walk all the way off into the sunset, or whatever you want to say. It was tough to let him go. It was tough. He was only 19 last year, so he was determined to go, and he had a great time, but it was quite an adventure. And I can't even already remember all the details, but I think, so he flew from San Angelo, Texas to Dallas, and I think at Dallas he had like, I don't know, 12-hour delay or some crazy hour, some really long delay. And then he got to Paris later than everybody else, all the other students. And he needs to do the journaling. And so, speaking of journaling, this is just really a placeholder, and I put it down with some temporary adhesive. And then I'm going to put, this is a flip flap from Close to My Heart. They come in different sizes. And they also come in different orientations. Like you can also get them, I think they come in a variety pack, and you get some flip out, flipped and right, and some flip up and down. So there's not really room on this page for journaling, and I'm really into trying to do 1-page layouts when I can. Just, you know, this could have all been spread out on a 2-page layout, but I'm really trying to be aware of how many albums I'm going to end up with someday to store. And so I'm trying to make less pages. So my plan is I'll put this on the page protector, and then there'll be room. I could put another photo here, but I'm going to put, I really think the journaling could end up filling 2 cards. And if it doesn't, I actually have Project Life cards, PML cards that match this collection that I actually just forgot about. I could even use them. But so if it only is one 3x4 journaling, and we're going to type it, print it out on the computer, then I can fill this with something. It's not a big deal. But I still wanted a placeholder. So, and then I have a little metal die that says story. So I was thinking about putting this over the A and the V travel story. I also have memories. I could put memories on top. Either one would work. These are just some cheap dies I got from PT Cheap like a few years ago. But I thought it would work. Kind of give it a second dimension. And then, so let's see. Let me move some of this off. And, let's see. And I used a border punch for this. This is old border punch from Close to My Heart, and I don't know if I've actually ever even used it. I know. Oh, and look at the back side of this. It's, see, either one would work, because these are geotags, but since he's at the airport and carrying his luggage, I thought I would use this luggage side. And let's talk about his luggage. Let me, get this glued down. So the kid did not check any bags. If you look in the photo here, he's got a backpack and a duffel bag. That's all he has. And he, what am I trying to say? He has the 6th Harry Potter book in one of these bags that he was reading Harry Potter last summer before he went on his trip, and he had my daughter has her books here, and she had let's see, I should not have put tape that close. She had she about flipped out when she heard he was taking book number 6 with him. Like, he could have got a Kindle, you know, and let's just trim this. And he could have he could have done a lot of things, right? But and you know how big those books are, right? I think this was even the hardback. So funny, so funny. And he came back with it. And it's funny because my daughter she lives in another state. She lives in Maine, and she had said, he better come back with that book. And the thing is that she has told me several times that she has gotten everything out of her room here. There's not anything of hers that she wants. Like, everything left of here she didn't want. But then all of a sudden, she's like, he better bring that book back of mine. Which is just funny because, you know. So he had said, well, she said that, you know, everything here was she didn't want. Which is true. She said that, right? But then all of a sudden, she did want it. I think I'll put a little bit of liquid glue underneath here. I just thought I needed a little bit of separation between this luggage paper and this. This is a, we call them zip strips, and it's got like different, I think, luggage tags. So I thought that was appropriate. So anyway, I have these rubber shapes that they were part of what matched this collection from Close to My Heart. Let me show you. They're rubber shapes, and they're suitcases, right? But they do have, there's like 3 backpacks. And so I didn't feel like I could use the luggage. I mean, I could have, because, I mean, you don't have to be so literal, right? But I want to emphasize that it's a backpack, because he didn't bring any real luggage. It's just, you know, part of the story. It's part of the story. Okay. So then I also have some stickers. I have this one that I put his name in Paris. I'm thinking about putting it kind of like this or this. And then I have a camera, and I have one of those little backpacks in the papaya. So it brings that papaya up here. And then, let's see. I have a map I thought about using. It's just not going to fit. So I'm not sure if I just need to put it underneath there or not use it. Over here on this side, I have a backpack sticker from the sticker sheet, and I was thinking about putting it down here. It kind of shows up more of the blue over here. And then I have a sticker that says The Adventure Begins, and I have a plain paper clip in that green color. So I was thinking about just making a little cluster like this, something like that. And I do have also, I pulled this off a different sticker sheet, but I don't really have any black on here, so I'm not sure. I have it, but then if I use it, then I wanted to use some black in another place. I could use a black, another clip. I have these. This is from an old school collection of Close to My Heart. And this orangey color looks a lot like papaya. So I could also put an arrow is off of there, or this smile is from this. And I don't know what company this is from. I bought it from Peachy Cheap. But just get an orange here, and then I have orange or papaya down in this corner. I have all the colors. You just want to kind of have the colors in each cluster. Now I also, from making a previous layout, I have all these little tickets that I had stamped and fussy cut out, and they're from the stamp set that matches. And I guess I didn't fussy cut. Yeah, I did fussy cut, because it has thin cuts, but thin cuts aren't for the tickets, unfortunately. So I have them in the sapphire, the papaya, the glacier, and the yellow. I'm not really focusing on yellow, so I don't think I want the yellow in here. But, you know, like say I want a little more sapphire, I could put it over here. Scenic route, or let's see, first class adventure. Also explore your world. Either any of those would really work, right? So I just have these to kind of sprinkle around, and then I also have some enamel dots in what color are we talking about? It's called papaya, sapphire, and then the glacier. Let's see, what do y'all think? I need to kind of figure out where all this goes. And then I will come back and have this completed layout, and I'll show you the one I made prior to this that uses the same collection. So hang on. All right, here is the completed layout. Got a little ink there, you know, and I'm not going to worry about it. See if I can erase it, but it's not coming up. Maybe that one came up a little. I decided to put this one over so to have a little bit more room for the embellishments. I have 3 clusters, and actually I did forget to put the enamel dots on, but I'll have them on in the still shots. And then I wanted to show you the layout I made prior to this, and it has, ooh, it's not coming out. I have some tags in here that are supposed to be where the journaling goes. I have some money, a euro, a 10, and a 2. And my son is going back to Paris. Well, he's going back to Europe this summer, and he thought he might take this money. I'm like, no. You gave it to me, and that 10 euro matches the papaya. Anyway, I have a video where I made this. It was Tool Time Tuesday for, was it last month or maybe February, where we sewed. So I sewed on my way out here, and then I sewed here. And so anyway, that turned out cute, even if I can't get the tags out. This is supposed to be a pocket. It's a little stuck. A little stuck. Oh, goodness. I need to adjust it a little bit, but it's not, they're not going to go side by side because this is once he was in Paris, but it does match. And I do have other paper, travel paper that I want to incorporate, but and I am also thinking about making him a 6x8 album and then just keeping all of this for my album. I'm not sure. What do you think? And I also wanted to show you that I thought about using this Stampin' Thin Cuts, like Adventure would have been cute. Remember, recap. See, some of these could go like with the journaling, like recap or remember or true story. So I could dress up the journaling a little bit with one of those, a couple of those there. And I know I bought Picture My Life cards, and I don't think I bought them right when I first bought this kit, but I'm almost positive I bought them, but now I can't find them. Story of my life. Okay, so anyway, please check out the other creators who are playing along, and please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment, and thank you so much. Have a great day. Okay, so my texture paste dried up. So I'm going to see if I spray some water in it, if it will help it. You can see I barely use it, but I've had it a few years. I think it did help. Let's see. I think I have a strong palette knife here. I mean, it's still a little stiff, but I think it might work. Let's see. See if I can get it to go through a stencil. Okay, I got some sapphire blue. So it'll really show up on here. This is supposed to make a suitcase, and it has all the little oh wow. I think it's gonna work. Look at that. So if you have texture paste that you're about to throw out because it is all dried up, spray some water in it first. Let's look and see what it looks like. Okay. that is awesome.